What the fuck?
Charlie's all business. He's like, I don't eat.
Dude,
all
I never
work. No,
come on, bro. Literally though, dude, I'll be working, fucking, just
12 hours, baby.
No, just like yesterday, the day before. I was like, did I eat lunch? It's like 7:30 at night. I'm like, did I eat lunch yet?
Yeah, it's fucked up, right?
That's good for. I mean, it's not good, but good focus.
All the time.
Yeah, it's just dangerous.
How should it be though?
The thing is the more you start doing, at least with me, the more I start doing that, the more like I'll keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like I know it's wrong. I'm like
No, it's good.
I gotta eat. I gotta fucking eat.
Oh, not eating. I was talking about working hard.
Yeah, you know the name of the podcast?
Not eating sucks.
Yeah.
Working hard is good.
Right. But when like obsessed with work.
The podcast? Culture shock. The podcast is called HiveWire Podcast, bro.
I introduce it.
Introducing, welcome to HiveWire Podcast. We're here.
Motherfucking ha.
We're here. We're gonna fuck you up. We're gonna whoop your ass.
We're gonna stomp in your face.
We're gonna talk about things that please you. Maybe they do. Maybe
You might
they
not
don't.
give a fuck.
You could fuck with what we do. You could like. You could subscribe. You could
could
drop
not.
a little comment.
You could hit that notification.
You could honestly drop a comment if you hate us too. You
Oh,
could drop a
definitely.
comment and just fucking
Definitely do
just
that.
breathe some flames into the fucking
Yo.
comment section, bro.
We on right now?
You know what I mean?
Is it on right now?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah.
Poppy.
Drop that hate.
Just spit some.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
As long as we're on. As long as we're on. Drop that.
Spit
drop
some
that.
fire on the your mic. You're going a little hot on the mic. Fucking spit some fucking fire in the comment
Go
section.
full
Just let us know.
Listen. Listen.
Just let
Get me
us
started in this bitch.
let us know how much we should fuck with you. Because if you're giving us shit, it might not be that much.
You know, you leave a comment on the internet, it's forever. And just know what's attached to that.
Yeah, you know.
All right?
I'm a Marine
Right?
sniper with over 300 confirmed kills.
I'm on my David Goggins right now, bro.
I'm on my Gandhi shit. I'm starving.
Honestly, though, no bullshit aside, I love that dude.
Dog, I just got his book.
That dude's sick as fuck.
I just got his book. The way he grew up and the situation he had with his dad, bro, I could really relate.
Really?
And like the way like his mom had to like just grow on her own and really help him mold, and his environment around him was kind of like fucking with him, so his mind was fucking with his body. And then once he really like, it's something called an accountability mirror, he really started looking at himself and being like, yo, like I need to not take what people tell me I am and living in that frame.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck you're saying is not what it is. I know where I'm supposed to be going.
Right.
That shit was fucking hard. And the way he talks about it, you could tell, like, in his videos, his book is how he is.
Yeah, like projecting who you want to be into the fucking world. I love his work ethic. He's so determined.
I'm
He's the
out
only
here
one-
at 2 a.m.
He's like, I'm out here running 3 a.m. Ain't nobody running. You're like, yeah, it's because everybody's waiting until 5. You're like, relax, bro.
He's like, nobody's
He's like,
a
I'm gonna be
nut.
out here at 5, fucking running, fucking doing my shit, dude. Like, he's sick, though. I really fucks with it. I like it a lot.
Bald ass head.
I like that type of, like, I like that type of thing where it's, like, encouraging, you know, like, being the best form of yourself, but in a like a real, tangible, relatable way.
Yeah.
Not in some ways that make you like, I don't know, like I know people get like mixed up about like Gary Vee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's so he tries to be so inspirational. But I like people like Goggins because he's like inspirational in like a tactile way that you can actually like, oh, you can go out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you can go do
Because he's
it.
showing you.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
he's like, bitch, I'm out here, and the person recording me is also out here, so why ain't you out here?
Yeah,
You
and-
little bitch ass motherfucker.
Right, and instead of being like the devil's advocate, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, you like this? Why don't you do that? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, dude, like, fucking simple answer for everybody, right? You know, well, why don't you just do something different? And it's like, I like Goggins' approach where he's like, why don't you just go out there and try as fucking hard as you can to do whatever the fuck you got to do?
You know what he said?
And if
in
you
his-
succeed, you'll succeed. Like, you'll
Yeah.
do it. Like, you'll
You never know,
Just
but
win.
you know what he said?
just fucking get out there and
He was,
win.
he was like, if you know you're fat, stop telling yourself you're not fat. Look
Yeah.
in the mirror and say, I'm fat.
Yep. Like when
Now I'm gonna do something about it.
Like you
it's fact,
you wake
man.
up in the morning and you're like, I don't want to go to the gym, and then you look at yourself and you're like, you say it in your bed, you're like, I'm a bitch.
bro.
I'm being a little bitch ass.
You know
what I mean?
times-
That's my thing. Is if I'm starting to feel weak, I say to myself, "Don't be a fucking bitch."
And dude,
Don't be a bitch.
We learned that in a real ass. I learned that in a real
Don't
ass
be a
way from
little bitch.
skateboarding.
Yeah,
It's like you're sitting there like looking at someone, and you're like, I don't feel like I can do that, and then everybody else is like, I think you can, and if you don't, like you're a you're a
No,
bitch.
facts.
And then you're like, fuck it, time to send. You know?
Yeah, right.
But not even from like a perspective of what everyone else might be thinking, but like your own understanding of yourself, where you know that you're a stronger person than you are being in the moment.
Mm-hmm. And everybody else can see
that.
it though. Everybody else can see it when you can't.
And it's
You know,
like-
I go through that all the time when I'm doing camps and stuff and being the coach.
Yeah, you see that with a lot of kids.
You see that with a lot of
Coach.
kids when you're like, dude, believe in yourself. You got this, dude. You're dropping in. You're riding down a bank.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're doing your first kickflip. It's like, dude,
you're only using 75% of your full potential.
yeah, feel like you could do it. And that's a real thing too.
Yeah.
When you're distracted, when you're trying to multitask, like oftentimes you'll only be like 7/10 of your like true productivity.
Right.
You know?
I
And
think a lot of it's focus and
a
concentration.
lot of it is, and that fear.
I was
the
about to
fear
say
of
doubt.
failure
Right,
will
right.
be that 30% of distraction that
Yeah.
creates the failure.
Which
That
I
doubt.
guess is like your ego trying to protect you, because like your subconscious will recognize spots where you've been hurt before and try
I
to
was
keep
about
you
to
from
say, some type
Yeah.
of hurt makes you
Putting
don't want to
yourself-
hurt. So yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
there's
your
a
body,
saying.
your body and brain is like, I don't want to go through that again.
There's a saying. There's a saying. It's like your
Ego,
doubts
so-
are often traders of what you could be.
Yeah.
Your doubts are often traders of what you could be. It doesn't go exactly like that, but
Yeah.
it's just like
I
that.
was about to
Like,
say, to me, that sounds way better than what it actually should have been.
because it's like,
that's
yo,
bland enough.
yeah, you
Yeah,
have your
it's
doubts
relatable enough for
in
sure.
the back of your head where it's like, there's so many times where if I didn't call somebody, the second time after just calling them, I wouldn't have gotten them on the phone.
Yeah, you're just like, you know what? I got to be persistent. It's the gold vein.
Yeah,
The gold vein proverb, and it's just that.
And you're about to
and I'm
strike
just gonna
gold
lay it
and you
down
fucking
for,
stop.
For our listeners real quick, the gold vein proverb is about a homeboy who moved to California, used his whole inheritance, all of his money to mine for gold, right? And he was renting equipment from whatever company that was renting equipment out there in like the 1840s, right? And homeboy spends all his money. He's destitute. He's downtrodden. He's so many adjectives that basically like
He doubted himself.
Yeah, dude, he's down.
He's
down.
stopped.
He's
He's stopped.
big
He's
down.
done.
He's
In
big down.
today's terms, he's wrecked.
Yes, he's wrecked. He's
been
definitely wrecked. He's
Waving the white flag.
He has
He's
nothing
waving
else
it.
left, right? He has nothing else
He's
left.
capitulated.
He feels like he's done and he cannot do anymore, right? So he leaves and he calls the rental company. You know what I mean? That like they're like, hey, you know, come. He's like, hey, come and pick up, you know, your stuff, you know, your tools. You know, I don't need it anymore. I'm done with this mission, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna admit defeat. And the dude who rented him the equipment comes back and uses the equipment.
Picks
for
up where he left off.
Picks up where he left off,
right.
essentially, and then strikes a gold vein, right, in the ground that,
That
amounts
the
to
first
the.
guy should have hit.
It was
But
within
he gave
6
up.
feet. It was within 6 feet. So it took this dude, this rental dude, and this is a true story, right?
Yeah.
It took him like an afternoon, right? Short afternoon.
That's
and then he
sad.
became the equivalent of a billionaire at the time because he
In
picked
one-
up where the other person left off, and the first person did not realize how close they were to winning.
Right. After
know what I
like
mean?
60 days, 90 days of work, they gave up, and then the guy that took over got it in like 2 days.
6 hours, 9
One-
hours,
not
and
even
was like,
one day.
oh,
Yeah, one
I'm a
shit.
billionaire.
Jesus, I wonder how
Who's
many
that
times that dude
close?
probably did that too. Like, he's like, oh, you're leaving?
Let me just look on here myself.
You know what I mean?
Mr. Monopoly mustache and
Yeah,
everything.
he's got the monocle. Maybe he doesn't have the monocle. Who knows? You know what I
fucking
mean?
He knew the whole time.
Yeah, real shit.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, but that's a true thing about you know, determination and like
So, folks, we say this.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't the goal to say this, but you know, we led down this path to tell you, don't lead yourself astray.
yeah. Don't
If you're
give
doing
up.
something, keep your mind focused, stay aligned, and keep pushing. Life is
the
life.
last
Life
20.
happens.
Right.
But
Yeah.
whatever you have in your mind, keep it pushing.
Through the
Bro.
last 20%, the last 20% is like that 80-20 rule.
Yeah,
that
totally.
People come up with it. Yeah,
Bro.
I've noticed it in my own life. Like that last 20%, it'll seem like it's getting so hard to the point where it feels like I should just maybe give up. But I've more recently come to the point where when I get to that point, I realize, all right, I'm at like the sweet spot where I'm close, and now I just gotta focus on driving it home and finishing solid, and and
sprint for the last 100 meters.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I did track.
Right,
My
that
coach
fourth
told me
quarter-
when you see that
quarter,
finish
baby.
line, bro, keep running. You're not
Sprint,
the race is
because you know
not
everybody
done.
else behind you's like,
Yeah, the race is not
Yeah.
done until you've
That
crossed the
shit
fucking
hurt,
line, bro. So
Yeah.
why start something if you're not gonna finish?
yo, for real.
Right.
When we opened up this location, I'd had my store for 6.5 years, right? In little retail locations downtown and stuff. Super hard to have like a retail skate shop, super niche in like an area that's just like we're not killing it. Most of the town is like nonprofits and low income housing and
New
stuff like
London's-
that. You know
New
what I mean?
London's tough to make a business work.
So, like, I was like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'd been planning this whole thing for a couple of years, and I'm living in my car, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what? I'm 29 years old. I'm living in my car. You know what I mean? I've got to ask my parents for a room again. I'm living at my parents' house, and it's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, what did I just do with the last almost 7 years of my life?
Right,
like,
right.
I feel
That
like I
kicking in.
failed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I really felt like I failed, you know what I mean?
The moment the doubt creeps in.
Right, and then
Not nice.
it all occurred to me, you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing that we need to do. I need to keep going. Like, I can't stop. I'm too far in. I need to keep
What
going.
they say, when you land on that island, burn the boats.
Yo,
It's now your home.
yeah, real shit,
Make
dude.
a home.
And we've done so much better. Like, that was everything changed, you know, when we moved into this building. Everything changed, you know what I mean? Like, it's a great life that we have here. Everybody upstairs hanging out, having a great time and stuff like that. We got all the homies on site. I'm working with my sister. She's a co-owner. Like, everything worked out so well. I would have never known what that was like.
man.
I'd never got paid either. Like, till this day, I still don't get paid. I make my money doing other things, you know what I mean? But, like, I didn't get paid that whole time. Like, I was working for 7 years. I got 2 paychecks. You know what I mean? So I'm working 8 hours a day there, 7 days a week, and I'm not making any money. Who would do that?
Somebody with faith.
Right. You wouldn't do that
yeah.
for 2 weeks. Like,
It's
not
the
saying
passion.
you, but like
passion.
Or
the
you guys.
proverbial person, right?
Wouldn't
do that for 2
I
weeks.
Even if
probably
they did
wouldn't.
like it.
You know what I mean? You're like, how am I
I'm in
supposed to
there.
feed myself?
Shit, people quit
Yeah.
a job because of just the way somebody talked to them.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Like, you don't
That's
understand
really
why
my
you
job.
apply for a job and then you take the fact that somebody had said something to you so personal to the fact that you're not even looking so far as your own life.
Right.
You're looking into just this moment to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to curse this person out because, nah, you shouldn't be talking to me like that. Like, yo, suck your pride up, deal with it, and notice, yo, you're trying to work this job so you can get this car, get
It's
your
for you.
license,
It's not for them.
move out of
Yeah,
your
it's
parents' house
You know?
type
That's
shit.
how it is
Right.
with,
Like-
with niggas at my job.
It's about
Keep
the
that in
paycheck
mind.
and-
What about them? What did they be
It's like
saying?
they teenagers. I
Reaching
get
that
it. The
goal.
phone is important, but no, it's not.
Yeah, what everybody
Cause I-
thinks about them is like number one. It's so
Yeah.
crazy too because like
Gets old though. At
like
some point.
when we were younger, you're like part
25.
of kind of part of the same age bracket. But when me and like when you got out of high school, John, all of the high school drama was gone that day. Graduation day.
Yeah, right?
All the high school
No,
drama
I
is
think
gone.
back, though, like-
Nowadays,
Yeah.
it's literally
That's
like,
ridiculous.
oh, no. It just intensified through Instagram.
No.
It's just with a different palette of people.
It's like, oh, wait till I see you. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
Well,
keep
and
your
just,
shit over there. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
totally.
Funny, though, the
And just
high
all
school
the-
mindset's still stuck in a lot of people too.
Yeah.
yeah, and all the
Why you
like,
think
the
people
like
walk
I
around
want to
in
be
their-
included with this group of people, or I want to do, you know what I mean? It's like all these like wants of like inclusion and acceptance, where it's like, yo, man, like you got to be good dolo. You got to be good on your own.
Yo, but
You
now
gotta
that
be
you
doing
say
your
that,
shit. You
now
know
that
what I mean?
you
You'll
say,
attract like-minded people when you're doing your shit right. You don't
Yeah.
have to have everybody like you.
No.
That's
Yeah.
high school shit. Like, you know what I
Fuck
mean?
that.
Like, what
think
clique am I gonna get in?
Yo, you
so
don't-
everybody likes me.
you know what's crazy?
that shit.
Fuck all that. Oh, I hope these people like me. Like, bro, at the end of the day, say when you start actually getting into business for yourself or start doing something for yourself, you're not even gonna give a fuck about what people like you. It's about what people actually want to be around you and want to work with you. Because people
sure.
who like you are gonna gravitate towards you. People who don't like you, they might show it in a shady way. They might stick around, but like you'll notice the difference in the support and how people carry themselves around you.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people can say,
Right.
"Oh, I feel this way," but yet when it shows, it shows.
Yeah,
When
that
it
is totally true.
When it becomes self-evident.
Yeah. And then you can just go off of that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to, like, that's why I always preach this stuff to the young kids about, like, you don't need to, like, be on, like, let's just take Instagram off the table. Like, you don't have to be on your phone or whatever, being, like, searching for people to like you. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that, you know what I mean? What's going to make you happy in the long run is finding a community that appreciates the service or product
Or value
that you put into the community.
Yeah.
If you have a small community, 250 people, whatever, of your close friends,
That's all
people
you
that you
really
can
need.
actually name off
That's
the
all
top
you
of your
really
head,
need.
and they appreciate what you do, you know, you're gonna be happy, you know?
Fruitful life
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
True shit. You got to find a community that appreciates what you do.
People,
sure.
you know what's
and that
the
is, like,
easiest
the
business?
secret of being
And the
happy.
thing that makes that the most obviously true for me is kind of like the comparison opposite, where, like, if I focus on just making money, then the joy and the fun is taken out of the
Yep.
skateboarding.
And then the way that
Skateboard
you make money ends up changing because people can't see the joy and the fun translate through what you're doing in skateboarding, and then they can't relate to it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's happened with me.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that happens with you, but that's happened with me. When I don't put joy and fun into something that I'm doing, especially within skateboarding or within a creative realm, you know, people don't receive it in the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it feels contrived to me, and it relates being contrived to other people. I think, personally.
Yeah.
I hear you on that, because I could literally imagine somebody, you know, extremely poker faced out trying to nail some one trick, and then they finally nail that trick. The biggest smile on their face makes that other person like, nah, I could go hard too. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah, that motivation.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Been there.
That shit's super
Because
important.
facts, to really see somebody land that one trick they was trying for like a whole hour, yeah, of course you're gonna share that happiness. Like,
Yeah.
Shit, are we seeing somebody like trying
That's a good point.
like Zach? Zach's a great like example. Like when I see him like trying for stuff, he gets like, you know, a little angry like any skateboarder would get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when I'm like, hey Zach, I want to see a half cap heel nose slide. 20 minutes later, he lands it. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're a 16-year-old kid. Like, what the fuck, dude? You know, but like, he thrives off of that shit, and it's really good. That's a really good thing. You know what I mean? And like, we're in a community of appreciation. Skateboarders are really appreciative of other skateboarding, especially. And if you're not, if you're a skateboarder that's not appreciative of other people's skateboarding, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Fact.
Get the fuck out. Find somewhere else to skate. You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
change your mentality.
yeah. That,
No, honestly,
yeah.
you
Dude,
can't
dude,
even-
obviously do that.
Please.
But
You can't even come into skateboarding with like a egotistic mentality, because you get knocked down so quick.
oh, people just
Yeah,
don't
knocked
fuck
down
with
so
it,
quick.
dude. You know?
Not even because people don't fuck with it, because you'll knock yourself down, because one day you'll think you're the shit, and then other people around you will be just doing shit that's just way out of your league, and then it's
Right.
like, whoa, like
Setting
I need to
yourself
pipe
up
down.
for that.
There's no-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you slammed in your Supreme shirt and
Yeah.
fucked
I was
yourself
about to say,
up, and it's like,
lucky there's
all
not,
right, like
like,
fuck, I fucks with
certain-
Supreme, like all that shit. But you know, there
Yeah.
are kids that show up to the park, and you're like, is that a $300 Supreme shirt? They clearly do not want to fall.
That's
on
you
that.
bought on resale.
Yeah, get the from another man. You know what I mean?
He wore
or woman or person, whatever. You know what I mean? But like legit, like
Man.
that's some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Wanting the wrong thing too.
Yo,
you know what I
honestly,
mean?
nah. Now that we brought this up, so this Instagram skating, golly,
Oh, like
I don't like
the hype
how
beast shit.
yes,
The crazy
yes, sir.
haircut, weird shoe
The,
shit.
the,
like,
the wearing the brand new shoes. Like, I get it. Instagram is a place to get views, but you are